Would you want to know how to build a successful and profitable business and create your life by design? In fact, would you want to know what are the components of create almost anything that you want in your life? Today, I'm going to share with you three essential components, and I'm going to provide practical examples how you can use those components to have anything that you want in life, whether you want a business, whether you want a career, whether you want literally anything that you want. Those three components are your identity, your goals or your objectives, because I don't like the word goals. I don't like to set goals. I set objectives and your urgency that will get you there. All right. Hello, everybody. As you are joining me, say hello in the chat. Let me just go to my all of my pages, making sure that I am indeed live. So say hello in the chat. Tell me where you're watching me from, and I do have a question for you. When you hear the word "live your life by design," what does it mean? Hello, Diamond. So when you hear the words live your life, business by design, life by design, business that you love, how, like, what it is like, what it is like for you. Hello from Ohio. Listen, Instagram is active right now. Like people on LinkedIn, people everywhere else. Say hello in the chat. Join me. Um, like join us because listen, one thing about social media, and this is one true. This is true for social selling, almost on every platform. When you are appearing, when you are participating, first of all, like your like the every platform appreciates when you contribute, right? When you give more than you can receive, 100%. And also, people see your name. People like, for example, on Instagram, Money Coach Diamond, people see that you money coach. So people who are interested in your services, they probably will connect on. And especially it is true on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, it's so easy to connect. On LinkedIn is so easy to connect and like really start building those profitable relationships, those like creating that social capital that I keep talking about. So let's dive into it. How to create life in business by design. I mentioned about your identity, your objectives, and the urgency that will drive your actions. Listen, one thing that I'm noticing, like literally everywhere, like in career space and business space, people are always asking, what do I need to do in order to have what I want to have? I believe it's a fundamentally wrong question. It's not about how to, it's not about what you need to do because there are so many ways to build business life by design. There are so many ways to build to achieve profitability, but it's rather the question of who do you need to become. It starts with your identity because you can't build multi seven figure business. You can build multi six figure business without that identity. And today I'm going to give you practical examples how to implement all three components, your identity, your objectives, and the urgency in your business. Uh, Let me start with like one example. And it's not necessarily going to be direct business example, but it's going to be related to your business. So 12 years ago, I had this realization that I can stay where I was anymore. And like, if you don't know, I was born in Moscow, Russia, and as I graduated college, I earned my degree in clinical psychology. I started my private practice. I started working for various of agencies, clinics, schools as a clinical psychologist, but like I realized my identity shifted right there and then. And I realized that I cannot stay there anymore. I need to move. And I decided that I want to move either to Australia, Canada, um, New Zealand, and possibly maybe the United States. So this is where my identity, like this is where the identity shift has happened. So, and like I started taking action because listen, if I didn't have that identity, right? The same thing with business. If you don't have that $1 million identity, it's really hard to start taking actions towards your goal. It's hard to set your bold goals because somebody said the other day on my live stream, I think it was on last Wednesday, that $1 million goal for my business is unfathomable because I just tried to get the first client. And it's not that the goal is unachievable, and it starts with your identity. For me, $1 million in your business is absolutely 100% achievable. It is absolutely doable, and and the steps are already ordered. So let me go back to my example. So I set the identity, I set my object, I got my identity that like I don't belong here. Like this is not my place. This is not my place. I need to move. I started looking into various options, right? Like this is again, this is urgency. I didn't wait for a perfect moment. I didn't wait until my English would be perfect. I didn't wait until I don't know, like somebody would give me permission, somebody would give me a visa, somebody would give me something to go there. Like I started taking actions one step at a time. So, and guess what? I had a friend that I met online, and he said, "You know what? Move like, how about you move to the United States? Like, you should move to the United States, and I can actually help you." And I was kind of resistant. I said, "You know what? What would I move to the United States? Like, what I like?" And imagine, like, it was about 12 years ago, and 11 12 years ago, and the economy was rather not okay, kind of similar to what we're having right now. And I was like, you know what, like I'd rather move to Australia or Canada, like to the country with a better economy. And he said, like, you know what, I can actually help you to move here. So, you're a clinical psychologist, sign language. Like my church actually works with a school for the deaf, and you can work as a school administrator. Perfect. Oh, talk to your board. And he did, and guess what? I got no. So like, it was a perfect plan. Also, like the obstacle is the way. Like if you haven't read that book, it's an excellent book. This is I just finished listening to audio version, but obstacle is actually the way. So the consul said no. Then I connected with my friend. I said, you know what? Like, you probably misrepresented me. Like, I have to fly to the United States in person and talk to your consul in person. Let me apply for a tourist visa and fly to the United States. So this is exactly what I did. And after I got my visa, my friend said, no, like the consul won't speak to you. So this door was closed. But obstacle is the way. Again, this is the similar in our businesses, right? You might be thinking, Eugene, your immigration story has nothing to do with my business. In fact, I submit to you, it has everything to do with your business, because in business, a perfect plan may not work. I had a perfect plan for my business, absolutely perfect, impeccable plan for my business, that I will scale my business, where like I will match my income with my business. I will have perfect exit strategy. I will grow my business gradually in a safe environment and I will sponsor my business through my 9 to 5. It did not happen like that. Similar, and listen, the best business lessons that I got from life. It's not from necessarily from coaching programs, it's from life, because every single obstacle, every single failure, every single adversity teaches you something. So, that door was closed. But also, I was playing green card lottery. And if you don't know what a green card lottery is like you can apply for, like, if you live in different countries, you can apply for a green card lottery. And if your number is selected, you can move to the United States, and there are no requirements. There are no educational requirements. Like you just have to be 18 years old to apply. That's it. It's a single requirement, and I did, and my number didn't win. And if it wasn't bad enough, the um the relationship between the U.S. and Russia start getting worse. And there were talks, and I think every single election year, there's talk that like we need to cancel green card lottery because why we would invite people without any qualifications just because like just to diversify the population in the United States. Whether or not it's like true or right, like it's not up to debate right now, but there was a rumor. Somebody like expert said like that this year is the last, might be the last year. This is your last chance. So my last chance, I did not win. The same in business. Sometimes we think we have the last chance in our businesses, but we didn't win that last chance, and we think it's like it's over for us, right? So guess what? I started building my community. I started connecting with other people from other countries. I started joining faith communities, English speaking churches, and I started building my social capital. On Saturday, we were talking about social capital, that you have to know the people. You must know the people. And in fact, I connected with so many people. I connected with the ambassador of the United States in Moscow, and I knew him personally. And we would go to the same church. We would mingle once in a while. We would go to cocktail parties together, and we had a wonderful conversation. But again, this is not how my immigration story like has happened. I had a friend who, when she when she went back home to Chicago, she said, she texted me. She said, "Eugene, it seems like you had a really difficult year, and it's summer, and it's August 2013." She said, "How about you come and visit me? You can stay with me for a couple of weeks, and check out Chicago." And I said, "Yes." And that was my perfect moment. And again, listen, this is about like we started talking about how to get life and business by design. And like it's your identity, is your objectives or your goals in the urgency. So I had my goals, I had my identity, and I had urgency. So I gathered all of my savings, and I flew to the United States, and I immediately found the attorney, and I spent almost all of my savings to the attorney. And so I didn't know how I would stay, because often, listen, when you are starting a business, it is an investment. It is an investment because especially when you start, like, I don't know, brick and mortar or a company or like a software startup, you realize that you need funding, right? The same thing with online coaching business, right? This is investment. And a lot of people think that online business, it's a hobby. And until you treat your business like a hobby, like it's going to be expensive hobby. It's not going to be a business. It's not going to be profitable. So I bet all in on my attorney. I did not know how I would pay for rent. I was going from hostel to hostel, motel to motel, until I found my roommates for the price that I could afford at the time. So, and it worked out. So the same thing with your business. In order to have multi six figure business, multi seven figure business, you have to have a million dollar identity. You have to have absolutely million dollar identity, because, and also, like, when you have that identity, it's important to have your vision, your goals, because it is easier to get distracted, and it's easier to get distracted by other people's dreams, by gurus online, what the vision they're casting. What is your goal? How do you want to live your life? Also, let me know in the chat, business by design, what business and life by design means for you. How does it look for you? Because for my clients, and for each and every one of them, it's a little different. Somebody builds a business to have freedom. Somebody builds a business to build legacy. Somebody builds a business to spend time with their family. Somebody builds a business to build empire. And those are different businesses. Those are different objectives, and those are different goals that people are setting. And like it will come from your identity, y'all. It will come from your identity. And for me personally, the life by design and the business by design and what I really want, this is like, first of all, it is impact. I want to impact people because, listen, throughout, like, I had three successful careers. I was a sign language interpreter, I was clinical psychologist, and I was software engineer, and I was making a lot of money as a software engineer. But like what I was craving is working with people. That is important to me because, listen, you can build whatever business you want. Like, I could have started my startup. I could have started, like, I don't know, building a mobile app because I was an iOS engineer. I could have started something technology related, but I wanted to work with people. I wanted to have direct impact on people. And I started my coaching business, started with a career coaching. And like, what was satisfying for me is delivering great results to people, helping people bounce back from layoff, helping people to make more money, and gradually transitioning to mentorship for other entrepreneurs, because I realized, listen, if I can sell in the market that is in a recession, has limited opportunities, and people still get the results, I can help entrepreneurs too. And also the time freedom that, like, I don't have to stay in the office. I don't have to stay like by my computer from 9 to 5. Right. And also, like, when we're building our businesses, it's really important to hold that vision, like where you need to go, who do you need to become, what is your business. So this is absolutely essential to have that vision, to have, like, to know, because, listen, sometimes what happens to us, we have that vision that we want to live like our lives by design. We want to have business that makes us feel fulfilled and feel good. But what end up happening, that we quit our 9 to 5 and we build ourselves into 5 to 9. And listen, there's no there's no golden rule what life by design and business by design looks like for you. Maybe you want to grind. Maybe you want to grow. Maybe 5 to 9, this is your dream. This is your life by design, and that's okay. For me, like, it's work early in the morning, and in the afternoon, I would go to the beach and I would spend like the whole afternoon at the beach, thinking, meditating, praying, centering and grounding myself, and then come back in the evening home and finish up the work that I need to finish. This is my life by design. This is my, like, what is your life by design? Because we often see other influencers, like, there are two camps, right? In entrepreneurial space, there are two camps. There's a camp that, like Alex Hermosi, like, you have to grind, you have to hustle. And there's another camp that will sell you the lifestyle. Oh, look at me flying to Bali, look at me flying all over the world, I hardly working, and look at me, I just have my launch and it was just, like, I don't know, 3 days, and I just made $1 million. But like, both of those camps, like, they're not necessarily telling you the whole truth, right? Like, the problem with the hustle and with the grind, yes, like, when you're growing your business, and by the way, if you are under 250K in your business, you are in a season of growth. You're not scaling, you're not standardizing, you're growing your business, and it can be a little bit intense. Like it can be intense for a season, but also like the problem with the hustle culture, the problem with the grind is just like, what type of nervous system do you have? Because listen, I know when I overextend myself, I know when I'm spreading myself too thin, like I physically get sick. And like when my body gives out on me, I can't run profitable, impactful business. The same thing with the lifestyle coaches, with the lifestyle business, because yes, you can build lifestyle business, but like not many people share the cost of lifestyle business. Let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the cost for ads. Let's talk about the cost for operational capacity. Yeah, you hardly working, but if you're hardly working, someone else is working for you, someone else is doing the work, right? Like the business magically, it's not magic. It's not just like I just go live and people pay me like thousands and thousands of dollars, like just like that, right? It's either I'm working on somebody else's working for me, right? Like this is truth about the business. So what it is for you, and listen, it is okay to reassess your desire every quarter or every year. And if you are reassessing your desire and you realize, you know what? I don't want to build an empire. I don't want to build multi seven figure business. I might be okay with just like multi six figure business. And this is my happy number. I have healthy profit margins. I'm creating the business that I love. I work with the clients that I love, and I'm good, y'all. Or maybe like, no, I don't want to be a solopreneur. I want to build that empire. I want to build a team. I want to create sellable business to create my exit strategy to sell my business. I want to shoot for the stars. So what it is for you, there's no perfect answer. Only you can answer what is the business aligned by design, how what does it look like for you, because only you have your dream, nobody else has your dreams. So share with me in the chat what it is like for you. So on Instagram, people say people fulfill their own dreams by pressing on their desires as career. Yes, people fulfill their dreams, absolutely. Also, what like the urgency, the urgency piece is essential because so many entrepreneurs uh, say, oh, I'm not where I want to be in my business, but you are not moving with urgency. Like, let's go back to my immigration story, right, for a second. If I thought that I need a perfect moment, that I need a perfect circumstances, that I need to be qualified, that like, oh my gosh, I just spent a bunch of money on the flight ticket. How do I pay for my attorney? If I pay for my attorney, I will run out of money. I wouldn't be here. I would go back home because I would get scared because my fear would overcome me. And this is happens with a lot of entrepreneurs. Like a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't have urgency in their business, and they act surprised, like why my business is not working, because you don't have the urgency for it to work. Your identity, your goals, or your objectives, and your urgency. And by the way, if you have enough urgency, that urgency will push your actions, will push your goals, and will push your identity. It will grow you to the next season. It will grow you to the next level. And a lot of people don't have that. And like sometimes my clients ask me why people don't buy, because people don't have urgency to buy. But people don't have urgency to buy because you have to reflect on your business. Do you have urgency in your business? Do you move in your business like your business matters? A lot of people act like that they can afford to fail. Listen, failure is not an option, but it's a part of the process. Obstacle is always the way. But also, when we act in our business, are like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work out. Like, of course you don't. This is entrepreneurship. But if you act that you don't know if it's going to work out, Like you add that tomorrow is promise. Like you add like next 5 years in your business is promise. This is why your business is not where you want to be because you don't have the urgency in your business to get it where you want to be. And this is essential part, y'all. Uh, there's a comment on LinkedIn. Like, exactly, everyone's life by design is different. The key is to keep your vision exactly, not comparing your journey to anyone else. You do, yes, like yes, absolutely that, absolutely. Like you should not compare your journey. You should not compare your calling to anybody else's because your calling is your calling. Listen, this is why I created personalized private mentorship program for coaches because everybody's journey is different. Somebody goes to the mountain and I'm willing to lead you to that mountain. I'm willing to give you that foundation. And if you're looking for a mentor who will look in your business, who will walk by your side, who will do the work with you, right along with you, who will help you with your messaging, who will help you with like with the vision, right? Or conduct that vision where you want to be put together a strong social selling strategy, create that profitable community, book a call with me. The link is in the comments, the link is in my bio as well because I would like to work with you. I would like to have a conversation with you. And at least, like at least let's have a conversation. Because when we have a conversation, I would like to see where your blind spots at. And I would like to see like how I can unblock you in your business today. And this is like taking action. This is like this is one of the things, right? Like this is what like you have to be in the right room, you have to know the right people, you have to work with the right people. That was working for me because listen, 12 years ago, if I was just sat there and said like, well, I don't have the access. I don't have the money. Like I have every single excuse and obstacle that I can possibly imagine. I wouldn't be here, y'all. I wouldn't be here. It's me going and talking to people, exploring opportunities, literally working with every single person who can get me there. The same with my business, y'all. When I started my business, I got laid off after I got my first client, and I invested $20,000 in my business because I treat my business like a business. Because I'm going to that mountain, and I know that like I have to be uncomfortable now so I can get comfortable later. A lot of people won't sacrifice temporary discomfort to get the return on investment to get to the comfortable place. The business is not instant. The business is not comfortable. We're like going to the next level, investing in your next mentor. It is not comfortable, y'all. The business is not comfortable. My first investment was $5,000. And then when I realized that And then when I realized that I need a little bit more help with my messaging and I actually need private coaching and private mentorship, I invested 3,500 again. And then I pay retainer to that coach and it was 2,500. And then I paid $9,000 for my next mentor because I knew that I needed to be in a room. I knew that I needed to work with I needed to go to the next level. I need to be in the right room. And everything worked. Every single mentor, every single milestone worked. But if I was like, and again, like I just got one client when I started my business. I got laid off. I needed to move to another city. There was no perfect moment for me. There was no perfect moment for me to start my business, to invest $20,000 in my mentor. It was not a good time. It was absolutely not a good time. But I knew where I was going. And guess what? When I started treating my business like it is a business, like it's a profitable business, aligned with my vision, aligned with my desires, aligned with my objective, everything started working. And my business started profitable. And then 5 months later, in my business, I made $50,000. That like just like that. It was not easy. Listen, like having a business is not easy. Entrepreneurship is not glorious, rosy, dreamy thing. Like it is difficult. It is challenging, but it's worth having. It's your foundation. What if I told you that if you pay today, like I don't know, if you pay today, like I don't know, like $5,000, 10,000, in 5 years, you're gonna have seven-figure business because of the investment you made today. Would you make that or not? And this is what requires the every business requires investment, right? Every single business requires investment, but it starts with your identity because you can buy out your identity. Just like, well, if I pay a mentor, I will get there. No, your success starts up here in your head, in your identity. And then you have urgency to move forward. When you have urgency to move forward, you start moving forward. You start making progress in your business. You start seeing progress because you can go from live stream to live stream, from webinar to webinar, consume every single freebie, consume every single free information, consume every single content. But until you start taking action, until you get urgency in your business, nothing is going to work. It's just the reality, it's just the truth. All right. Share with me in the comments what resonated with you. And I like what Magdalena said about that your dream is your dream and don't compare anyone else. Somebody like on Instagram, if someone is running a business as initial state, but business isn't enough for a daily life expense for survival. It's a good idea to switch back to previous job for survival. Okay, like somebody asked, like, okay, if business is not profitable, should I go back to my 9 to 5? Should I go back to the job? And I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you a story. I started my business, right? Like I got laid off. I got my one client, I got laid off. And in between, I landed a contract for just 2 months. And I landed that contract because like, you know what? Like I don't know, like I just started this thing. Like I don't have like 15 clients coming to my door a month. So like I needed to pay rent, I needed to pay bills, right? And I just signed a very expensive lease in Seattle. So I took that lease, I took that contract, and 2 months later, I was fired. It never happened to me. It never happened to me. I never was fired in my life. I got together with my mentor. I said, like, I don't know what to do. And like, in the meantime, in between time, I got another client, right? Like, so like that was steady, like that was slow and steady income from my business because I kept investing, right? Like again, like, and did it happen overnight. I didn't treat my business like it was a hobby, like it was a side hustle. I treated my business like that it was multi 7 figure empire already, even though I only had one client, only one. And I got laid off. And I got no, and I had a little bit of savings and I had a little bit of a severance package, but like nothing to talk about. Maybe that severance package will last me for a few months, but like nothing to talk about. So, and in the meantime, as I was waiting for that contract to start, I got another client. And those 2 months that I was on a contract, my business slowed down. And I was thinking, like, what do I do next? And I was working with my mentor, and all of a sudden, I got fired. And when I got fired, my business picked up again. I started landing clients again. So back to your point, you got to do what you got to do. There's no shame. There's no shame of going back to work to sponsor your dream so you can provide your basic needs as you're working on your business, because like you need to invest, like you need to work with your mentors, you need to be in the right room, you need to like sponsor and pay for your business expenses. That is absolutely normal. You got to do what you got to do. So like if you're going back to work just out of fear because you don't have immediate success, and in fact you have a runway, and your business is profitable but slow, but and you have a runway, your business is profitable and slow and steady, I would check with yourself, like, is it out of fear or out of necessity? If you hit a dry month and or a dry season and you need cash injection, you need money right now, and the only way you can get money is going back to work. I am not that kind of coach who will tell you don't go back to work, because again, sometimes the obstacle is the way. Sometimes we need to do uncomfortable things to get to comfortable places. Sometimes it looks like going back to work. Sometimes it looks like investing in another mentor that on paper we may not have money for, or on paper it may not be listen, investment is never comfortable, y'all. Do you think it was comfortable to invest for me to invest $9,000 when I didn't have my 9 to 5 and I only few clients? Do you think it was comfortable for me? No, it wasn't. But in fact, when I invested $9,000, I got my return on investment twice within 2 months, twice within just 2 months in that program. But it's because I was willing to make myself uncomfortable to get to comfortable places. Yolanda said, success starts with your identity. I really like that. Yes, success starts with your identity. You have to have like you have who do you need to become? It's not what you need to do, it's like who do you need to become? What do you like? What is your goal? Like, you want to have multi six figure, seven figure business. Who is that person? What decisions do they make today? What investments do they make today? What offers do they sell today? Because your multi six figure business, your multi seven figure business tomorrow starts today. And it doesn't happen overnight. You have to act like it's already here right now. There's like big, and again, for me, 12 years ago in Russia, I was working in Moscow, like I was working in New York. I was going to my English speaking church like I was going to my English speaking church in Chicago with the same identity. Yes, my physical body was there, but my mentality and my identity was here. And then my physical reality caught up to my identity, and caught up to my desire. That's what truly happened. The same with your business. The same with your business. We often put ourselves in small boxes, and we start acting from this place of scarcity and lack. And the place of scarcity and lack, you can get in those places no matter if you're like if you have one client or if you're running multi six figure business. Nobody is immune to that. But again, who do you need to become to go to the next level? What offers do you need to sell? What clients do you need to work with? What mentors do you need to work with? Who are you working for? Like, imagine yourself where you are. Like, imagine yourself that you already achieved that goal, whatever it is. Like, Maybe it is 500K per year. Maybe it is seven figures. Maybe it is your, I don't know, like you just cross six figures in your business. Whatever it is, what are you doing right now? Who are you working with right now? How are you showing up? What content do you create right now? And then act like there's no tomorrow. Act with urgency because you can have the identity, you can have the goals, but if you don't have urgency, you won't take action. And if you won't take action towards your dream, you will not get your dream. And it's just as simple as that. All right. Listen, again, the enrollment for my private mentorship program is open. It's a small group program and one-on-one. And again, like if you are that person who like, hey, like I'd rather work one-on-one with you, like I really want more personalized attention that is available to you. Schedule a clarity call with me, schedule a strategy call with me. I want to talk to you. And again, this is not a sales call. This is me looking at your business. This is me looking at your gaps and the steps that you need to take. And if I am that person who will help you to get to those steps, I would like to help you. I would like to help you to get there. All right. Thank you so much. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that topic that waiting is not a business strategy, because there's a like it's really important to discern between like do I need to wait for the right moment, is it right moment or not, and versus like do I need to just wait for the perfect timing, because there's a difference because sometimes we need to wait, sometimes we need to act, sometimes we need to wait, and sometimes we need to act. uh Check with me in the DMs. So somebody asked like, what is the price? Like, let's talk about. I have a couple of options. Check with me in the DMs. All right, thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.